Hi everyone, and welcome back to the channel. This is David Hyman, your tour guide in Israel. Today's tour is to the most northern point on Israel's Mediterranean coast, Rosh Hanikra. To get here, take road number 4 and drive all the way north until the road ends. Or take the train to Nahariya and then a taxi or the bus to Rosh Hanikra. After purchasing your tickets, the way down to the caves is by cable car. The ride is only 2 minutes long, but it is considered the steepest in the world, descending at an angle of 60 degrees. Where that antenna is on the cliff, that's where Israel ends. Beyond that mountain is Lebanon. So because we're so close to the Lebanese border, there's a lot of security protecting Israel's border to the north. So we have antennas, radars, and there's the buoys that mark the border, and there's the Israeli Navy patrol boat. There's a few attractions at the Rosh Hanikra site. You can rent the place for your outdoor event. There's a cafeteria. There's the light and sound show. And inside the cafeteria you can get a ticket to ride the golf carts. But the main attraction, of course, are the sea caves. They are one of Israel's most beautiful natural wonders. The sea caves were formed by a geophysical process. First, a series of earthquakes created cracks and rifts in the bedrock of these white chalk cliffs. Then the cracks were expanded by rainwater. The acids in the rainwater dissolve and erode the minerals in the limestone. And finally, the force of the waves slamming onto the rocks during storms expands and enlarges the cracks and eventually create the caves as we can see them today. Visiting the caves is possible by walking along the 200-meter underground carved path. The path will lead you behind and through the sea caves, but watch your step because it can be slippery. These underground caverns, like sea caves, and therefore the name Rosh Hanikra. Rosh means head, Nikra is like a carved grotto or a carved tunnel. Rosh Hanikra. This is called the elephant's foot. See the shape of the elephant's foot? Here. Elephant's leg. How manifold are thy works, O Lord, in wisdom hast thou made them all. The earth is full of thy creatures, under sea great and wide. Psalm 104. So this very, very soft limestone, which in Hebrew is called kirton. In English it is chalk. Sedimentary rock, which was formed inside an ancient ocean. And we can see that in between the rock there are lots of flint rocks. These are all flint stones. See, flint stones and fossils. Here's a starfish fossil, and there's another one. And another one over here. So you can see all these flint stones. They're extremely sharp. You know, you can see how sharp they are. And in the ancient world, this was the knife of the prehistoric man. Hello. 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 Hi, Nadim. So in the 1940s, the British Mandatory government during World War II, they wanted to connect the Haifa, Beirut and Tripoli cities with a rail, and this way connect Europe to Africa. And they carved these tunnels through the Rosh Hanikra rocks. There's the other side. But between the two tunnels there is a bridge. So two tunnels and the bridge. And we even know exactly who carved the tunnels because they left an inscription. The British Army used their two engineering corps. One is the South African and the other is the New Zealand. There you can see NZ, New Zealand. And you can see up here it says 1942, South African Engineering Corps. In the North Tunnel there is an exhibit with historic photographs, and you can see the rail tracks on the floor. The tunnel ends where you can watch a movie. It is in Hebrew, but it has English subtitles. So in March 1948, only 2 months before we declared independence, the Jewish military forces, we're not the IDF yet, decided to explode or blow up this bridge to prevent Lebanese armed forces to invade what would later on become Israel. And here's the story. It's on the night of 14th of March, 48, under cover of darkness and cloudy weather, the sabotage unit of the Carmel division of the Hagana entered the tunnel and the grotto bridge. The unit blew up the western end of the bridge, as can be seen today. So guys, this is your first time in Rosh Hanikra?
Yes.
Both of you? First time? You're Israeli?
I am.
And you're American?
I'm American, Israeli, Persian.
Ah, okay. And your names?
I'm Candace and this is Shai.
Candace and Shai.
Yes.
So you mind being on my YouTube video? So what are your impressions of Rosh Hanikra so far?
Stunning.
It's beautiful. I mean, it's one of God's creations. Who doesn't like a beautiful sea, beautiful rocks that are made by God, you know?
זה באמת מקום מדהים. ממליץ לכל אחד לבוא לפה. כמעט פספסנו את הביקור פה.
Yeah, we almost didn't make it.
So if you have some time, you can walk to the end of the southern tunnel all the way. So at the south entrance to the tunnel, you can rent a golf cart or a bicycle, and then you get to ride along the Achziv or Rosh Hanikra Nature Reserve. Look how beautiful is this. Look how much fun. And you can climb up these stairs. This area here is a protected nature reserve, which means no fishing and actually no swimming. So So these guys, they can get into trouble. Swimming forbidden. So, guys, I guess this is an area you want to be really careful with what you do. Follow the law, follow the restrictions. Look how beautiful. So up here is the border with Lebanon. It is closed for Israelis, for civilians. Here's the sign, Jerusalem, 205 kilometers. Rosh Hanikra, that's where we are. Beirut, 120 kilometers. So look at all the military equipment. There's the border. So everyone, I hope you all enjoyed this tour of Rosh Hanikra and the north of Israel. So if you did, please give me a big thumbs up and please subscribe to my channel and write a comment and let me know where you'd like to go on our next tour of wonderful Israel.